everybody, this is Grace, and in this video I'm going to talk about when a person feels that thinks that somebody is treating them a certain way because of their negative prejudice. Okay, now let me say this, a very, very simple definition of difference between prejudice and discrimination is that prejudice is the thoughts or feelings a person has, say, against you. Discrimination is the action they take because of their views about you. Okay, very simple. You can go elaborate, add in stereotypes, but it would get a little bit confusing. Now, what I'm thinking about is something that I remember thinking a lot about whenever I was in graduate school, about this way that some people they pick up on social cues of when somebody is, looking at them and discriminating against them, and they're prejudiced against them for a certain reason, and other people just don't see it. Okay, and I remember a theory about it, but when I tried to look it up yesterday, the title to the theory is, it's basically taken down a different road. It means something else to most people. I mean, I even knew that. You can look it up. So I really don't want to give that name of that theory, and I couldn't remember the name of the people who used that. But it's something that, like I said, people use for a different purpose. But basically, it does mean that people who have consistently been experienced prejudice, somebody being prejudiced against them for one particular reason, like their ethnic group or their age group. Usually it's more like ethnic group or their size, something along this line, and that people discriminate against them because of it. They pick up on when somebody's doing this to them, when somebody's judging them because of that, whatever it is, their ethnic group, their size, age, whatever. And other people around them might not pick up on it. They might not, get that vibe. I'm going to call it vibe, although I don't believe in vibes, like, some people do. But yeah, they get it. Okay. Now, to me, this is a little bit of where there's a difference, and it's kind of subtle, maybe to some, between sociology and psychology, is because, when a person knows, say, they're going to, if they go and face this person again, this person's probably going to treat them, the person who's prejudiced against them is going to discriminate against them and treat them in an improper way. It could be an abusive way. Then they know that if they're living an area and people are prejudiced against a certain ethnic group, and they are of that certain ethnic group, they know that they have to speak in front of them or something like this. They're going to feel it. They pick up what's there, what will happen. And they think about it. Now, that's more along sociology's ways of seeing it. Sociologists in sociology. Now, in psychology, it would be more of to say, okay, they may have this disorder. Okay, the person who's feeling that may have a disorder because they don't want to take risks to go out. They're making assumptions of what will happen. They think that they know what will happen. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference here. Now, I'm not saying all psychologists do that. I'm not saying all sociologists think this way. I'm not a person who thinks it's all or nothing or black and white and that kind of thing. And one size doesn't fit all, as I always say. But you can see the difference. Now, I personally do believe that many people, that they pick up. They know what's going on. They know their situation. That's why you can't have one therapy that everybody falls under that same one that has this kind of behavior, in my view. Because people have their situations. Every person is different. Their situations. Every situation is different. And you can't just say across the board, let me put them under this umbrella, and this is what they do. No. Where was I? Well, I'm gonna get close to wrapping this up here. Now, I don't think that, all psychologists are going to stereotype and to blame, not stereotype, but really blame the person who feels this. Now, there's it's to the degree to which all these, and how much it how much problem it causes a person when they do need to be diagnosed. But to accuse them of being the problem in the situation, that they are the ones that caused it, or that it's a problem because they're not doing this or that. No, I don't see it that way. But I don't see that all psychologists do this. That they do need to have something that they can put it under, to treat, and they have a cluster and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. I meant to say they have, certain criteria and all this. But yeah, sometimes it is just what it is. That people, they know what will happen if they walk into this kind of group. They walk into this kind of meeting or this kind of place. That they've experienced it before. And this type of person, even sometimes, they've experienced it before. They know what to think. They're not going to shut their eyes and blind their eyes, or blind their eyes to what it has been. So they keep it in their mind that this is a good possibility that this XYZ is going to happen if I go to this kind of place. Okay, I think that's enough for this video. Yeah, but not this topic. I'm going to talk about this more, and also including some about social isolation, alienation, being ostracized. I can't remember. Man, if you don't use it, you lose it. I'm just telling you, But more of these kinds of things, and kind of show the difference between that I see and I saw, because I worked on degrees in both, between psychology and sociology, and how they view certain things. Okay, so I'll go ahead and wrap this up. If you want to subscribe, click the circle. If you want to watch another video on this channel, click one of the rectangles. Like, subscribe, comment, share if you would. And isn't that a beautiful sunrise? I'll talk to you on another video.